Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hunters of all ages, and monsters of all stages. I'm DB Sinclair, and I'm here from the 2K Live Room bringing you Evolve and Behemoth. Today we're here with GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, Prodigy X, ActaBunniFooFoo, Vern Notice, and Fairlight Excalibur. Heavy hitters in the industry, ready to bring their Behemoth and their Hunter games to you today. They are sitting here on the couch, friendly as all can be. But once they get on the sticks and on the keyboard and mouse, I guarantee you it's going to be some heated competition, except for when they are embracing each other, like right there. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We've got a heck of a show for you. We're going to be bringing you Behemoth, and I know you're all waiting for it. So with that said, let's jump right in the action. Behemoth versus the Hunters.
Are you going
Tom,
first?
Go ahead and take us to the monster.
I'll go first. I can start things off. Doesn't matter.
No, he'll go first.
Alright, I'll go first.
All right, guys.
Who's going
whoever wants
first?
to jump on Hunters, make sure you're in the same spot. If you are rotating, just have Nick. I'm sure you guys can handle your name, but let me know if you need help.
Grasp it with two hands. Okay.
I don't know if it's on or not.
Yeah.
We can't. Commentate with you. Well, he goes first.
Yep.
We'll explain.
Yeah.
Is that mic on?
No, it's on. Yeah, but we're not live yet. All right. We're about to jump in the game here. A game of Hunt, Fusion Plant, throwback map. We've got Behemoth on the monster. Excited to see what the Hunter team goes with. And I've got Prodigy X here on the mic with me today to start things off.
What's going on, DB? I'm hype about this.
Stoked to have you here. I enjoy spending time in your stream and in your chat. Very good community in there. But to be here, all of us together right now, is very exciting for me. I'm excited for what we get to do here today.
Yeah, no, this is like a huge opportunity to just expose Behemoth, and we've been having a blast using him in general.
Yeah.
He's definitely the hardest monster by far.
Yeah, and you play a ton of monsters, so
yeah.
you definitely can gauge that. And what I've seen from you is that you're bringing your experience with playing monster to Behemoth, so you get to see an experienced monster playing it. But as we saw yesterday with you guys playing, and as I mentioned, it was very refreshing to see because we're seeing this new content, these new monsters and such, but we're seeing them being controlled by people who have been playing a lot of the game.
Right.
So you don't have that learning curve of trying to figure out like what you need to be doing for the most part. You get to jump right in and then just figure out, like, you're already like figuring out strategies of ways to control this beast, and bring that fight against the Hunter. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah, he has like amazing combos, and we're about to check that out today. Everyone's gonna see it.
Awesome.
Oh, so he's gonna model the Behemoth real quick.
Never mind.
He's
You
just
can't even see his
such
head.
a big beast that
Just start rolling.
once you see him rolling,
Look at the speed of that
see
rolling.
how big he is. And this roll, so this roll works differently than the traversal methods of the other monsters. As you can see, the stamina in the middle of the screen is not those 3 bits that we have on Goliath, Wraith, and Kraken. It's one big bar, and the bar slowly depletes as the monster rolls. But that said, as the Behemoth is rolling, he slowly builds momentum as he's going along.
Yeah, so he's just focusing on creatures and trying to build his shield right off the bat, using the tongue.
Everybody's favorite tongue
Perfect.
grab. You can see it can bring the creatures right back to you. You could bring the hunters to you as well. We've seen some really great combos already with people using the tongue grab to bring a hunter in close and throwing up the rock wall to keep him away from the rest of the team. You can also tongue grab downed hunters, so incapacitated bodies, and people that are trying to res those incapacitated bodies. You can grab those as well, similar to raid subduction.
Yeah, we as we kept playing, we were trying to figure out like the bets for stage 1 movements. So we ended up figuring out using. Did you use wall? Any wall? So he probably did you stacked it too?
Yeah,
All right, so you stack 2 walls
one tongue
and
grab.
1 tongue, and the tongue is just it's a great way to just break off.
Yeah,
Kind of like
it's
the
a
raid.
utility at this point, right? You're
like
not
the
doing
decoy.
it to do
I mean, not the decoy. It's the like the with the race abilities. The abduction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Kinda similar to
he's
that.
using it as a utility. He's using it to farm. He's using it to separate the hunters from each other. We're going to see a stage 1 fight here. He is ready to evolve, but he is in the mobile arena. The team coming in, that's the hunter team of Fairlight, GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, and Vern Notice, working on the Behemoth here.
Yeah, it's a little
And
bad
you're
spot
seeing
here.
Some really good damage coming in.
Oh, that was really
and
good,
the armor
actually.
melting.
Oh, that's good. He needs to take advantage of that right now, but he's focusing on the tankiest character in the game.
So right now with that utility, that's where the discussion of monster selections of their abilities comes into play. At stage 1, it's very typical to just have a utility ability to help you farm and make your way around the map. But if you get caught at stage 1, that's when having just strictly a utility could be a hamper
You can
to
climb
the
it.
monster.
Yeah.
And I noticed you guys talking in chat about being able to actually kill creatures with the roll. You actually do damage with the Behemoth roll. You can damage hunters, you can damage wildlife. So definitely worth looking at to use as part of your farming process.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys, that we're still figuring out the Behemoth
Exactly.
playstyle.
Exactly.
And at the same time, I usually don't promote stage 1 fights, but Behemoth has like a nasty melee attack, like it does major damage. So you can, if he catches anyone off guard, like right off the bat, like he can just do some like 3-4 hits and they're down.
Yeah, so like you said, you don't normally promote people to fight at stage 1, but I'm going to guarantee that there are going to be Behemoth players when in their first few games they are going to get caught at stage 1 just because he moves so differently than the other monsters. So you do need to potentially anticipate that when you're first starting to play the monster and think about that when you're picking your abilities as well. We do get to see a stage 2 here, which is better than I got yesterday against you guys. So that's refreshing to see. I got completely annihilated as the Behemoth against these guys yesterday. I never even staged up once. So a nice stage up here to stage 2, more abilities. Now we have more damage output with the Lava Bomb ability.
Yeah, this character in particular, you can't spam moves at all. He's such a skill shot base.
Yeah.
Very
It
different.
took both of us a little bit of time to
Absolutely,
figure
yeah.
that out. Yeah, you really need to be sort of meticulous with your abilities. You need to use one ability, and then when you have that ability lined up and you have your rock wall down, for example, you can then go ahead and get your next ability ready. A nice Griffin harpoon there. You see JuniorRobo coming
Nice
in,
grab.
in
That was
charge
perfect.
as support, gets thrown in. There you see the lava bomb right behind
It's a
him.
good
'cause
trap.
You know,
It's a good
the
trap.
hunter is going to try and
Being
go
aggressive.
backwards out of that.
Oh my
nice
God,
damage
double kill.
there. Here comes Assault taking damage as well. He does finally pop the personal shield, so the Behemoth is going to retarget to the support that's down on the ground.
Bunny's just gonna spit at him real quick. That's like a perfect way to.
So we do have a Lazarus in here, so
yeah,
that's important
yeah.
to note. You don't just get the body down. You need to make sure that you either eat the body or you lure Lazarus out to try and res it, as you see he does there.
coming out of
That's
nowhere.
not a bad thing that he got him up. It does make Lazarus visible.
He's
As a
getting
monster
punished
player,
so
you're
much
looking
right
for
now.
that, right?
Yeah, when you turn into a ball, like you don't take as much damage. So I suggest a little bit more rolling. Yeah, because they're shooting you in the middle. That's
Nice game, though, by the Hunters. The early stage 1 catch was a big key there because it basically melted the armor down, started doing damage onto his health. So as Rob mentioned, It's not ideal to get caught at stage 1, but it's going to happen to everybody, especially when they're playing a monster for the first time.
The Lazarus is such a huge counter to Behemoth because the time it takes for you to wind up all your attacks and stuff, you're very slow when you're heavy hitting. So trying to spend time to punish a Lazarus is really punishing yourself if you lose so much health. So
yeah, so that's
is my
been
weakness.
the counter so far is Lazarus. Because normally with Lazarus, as Bunny was mentioning, you need to sit there and focus the body down, and then you need to try and focus Lazarus down. And right now, you're taking a lot of damage while you're trying to do that. So, as Rob mentioned, as Prodigy mentioned, we are all obviously still learning this new monster, as will you when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
So there are some growing pains with our gameplay so far, but already today, you've been playing yesterday and then today, so not like a ton of time with Behemoth, but we're already seeing some pretty cool strategies, some pretty cool combos with the monster player. So we're jumping right back out here. We're gonna pick a new map. Yeah. Okay.
He wants his revenge.
Yeah, so we're gonna go Med Lab, Hunt, new map. We're gonna be back with Behemoth, and excited to see what the Hunters do, to see if they go ahead with that same team comp. They feel it's very strong against Behemoth. You can potentially see that during the stream today consistently.
Yeah, because Laz can just stay all the way on the other side of the dome and just shoot with his sniper. And it's going to take a while for the Behemoth to even try to travel, so he's just going to get punished along the way. So that's why we've been messing with Tongue. The Tongue has the ability to just pull someone forward, towards the Behemoth, and it's tricky because that you can actually dodge the Tongue. So it's like a nice snipe shot. Like it's really rewarding. Grabbing someone with the Tongue and then bring up the wall and just start mailing right off the bat.
Shout out to Behemoth Smash. What a great Twitch handle.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we got some fans here. They have tons of Evolve usernames, man. They're hype.
Yeah, that said, go ahead and drop us a follow, Evolve Game channel. Hit that follow button. We're also up on Twitter and Facebook. Go ahead and give us a follow there. It's Evolve Game on Twitter, Evolve Game on Facebook. Follow us, like us, give us a shout out, and we will love you for it. Speaking of shout outs, shout out to Alienware providing us with these glorious PCs that we've been using all the way through development, showing off the game at all the trade shows, and of course here in the live stream room as well. Special shout out as well to NVIDIA and Turtle Beach also for providing amazing gear and support throughout the development and the release of Evolve. Also, shout out to Nicole, because Nicole.
Shout out to Nicole.
All right, game 2 of our showcase here. ActaBunniFooFoo still on the monster. He's playing the Behemoth versus Fairlight Excalibur, GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, Vern Notice on the Hunters.
Yeah, you're a monster player in general, right?
Yeah.
We use random. Okay. We use Kraken, like that's your most?
Oh.
Kraken and Goliath is usually what I play. And I've found out that I've been using the Behemoth like I use the Kraken and Goliath, and you just literally can't. Because at the beginning of each match, I like to be really sneaky, and with the Behemoth, being sneaky doesn't really do anything for you. You just want to put distance between you and the Hunters as much as possible.
This is actually a good early pickup potentially for Behemoth. So
yeah,
normally
you're
going to see a lot of experienced Hunters and Monster players saving that damage bonus or potentially the Tyrant bonus, the health regen, for later in the game. But because of the potential of early Stage 1 fights with the Behemoth, and the fact that you want to try and focus these Hunters down as quickly as possible to negate that damage coming in on you, the damage bonus could be a great early game bonus buff to pick up. I got lost in my thoughts there because that spotter was running for his life and clearly outran the rolling Behemoth. So we do have some gauge of speed here in the early days of this beautiful beast Behemoth. You see the shots coming in from the Hunters. They are fairly close. He did put up the rock wall there, a nice rock wall to get some distance and some division between himself and the Hunters.
Oh, this is a sneaky situation here, and that's a good tactic. Hopefully they don't even know where he's at. Yeah, but the wall is people are not going to get used to like right off the bat because it's a timing timing tool to drop it, and you can actually, like at this situation here, you could drop it here, and it's fully closed for them. They have to kind of like move left and right.
Yeah, and I saw you do
on
that, and what it does is it forces them to flank you, right? So it forces them to go, like you said, left or right. If it's a good hunter team, they're going to split up and they're going to cover both sides. But what you might see is all four of them chasing around one side because they're sort of not in panic mode just yet, but they want to rush because they realize that they can't do any damage through the wall. So you see them go around the side, which what I saw you do with that is how you countered that is you went the other way.
Right.
And then you were able to ditch them off the other way, get into that roll, and pick up that momentum and roll away very quickly.
Yeah, another tactic is put a rock, the wall rock, and then if they're trying to move around to the other side, I just spit the flames, the fire.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly, that's what you did. So you
Yeah.
dropped it the way they were running, and then you went back the other way
Right.
and ditched out the back exit. So if they wanted to come in at you, they had to come through damage.
exactly.
Be on fire.
So there's a slight punish that's happening
Yeah,
for
no,
them
it's
to
great.
be aggressive. Oh yeah, so
It's great to see that already.
the I like the fact that Behemoth can just take out a tyrant like on stage 1. Like his melee is so good. So it's like I want to promote the fact that a lot of melee needs to happen with the Behemoth.
Yes, and the potential of picking up melee poisons hunters buff is could be just massively devastating to the hunters. Nice rock wall move, as you see. This time, Geo gets to stage 2, gets some more points and some other abilities. He's still going with the rock wall, the tongue grab, and the lava bomb, but with some armor here, making his way. Oh, squishy. So we're already seeing the potential of some cool achievements here at Behemoth. I believe that's because he ran over a poor little critter on his way to the other side of the map. So that's pretty exciting to see as well.
Oh,
That,
that's so
ladies
sick.
and gentlemen, is his sneak pounce. Behemoth does this crazy spin through
Breakdancing.
the air, breakdancing
It looks so
move
sick.
to not only sneak bounce, but it really does a good job, as we saw you playing earlier, Prodigy, of breaking that gap between yourself and the target.
Yeah, it's I'm all about the pounce, especially like in mid dome. A lot of if people watch my channel, like they know exactly like I'm a pouncer. Like that's just what I do. So his pounce is really fast.
Hunter team running into some troubles with the local wildlife. We call that hashtag shear problems. When you lose to the wildlife, it looks like we already have one of the hunters out that is our support, down and out to the wildlife. The rest of the team is going to have to try and carry on without. Meanwhile, the Behemoth, full armor, full health.
Needs to take advantage now, locate them, and
This
start
is a great time
going
to
in.
fight, right? So what we do encourage as a monster to fight is just before evolving, as you will most
Oh, there we
likely
go.
have full armor, full health. He's making his way through, rolling towards the hunters, and what he needs to do here is focus them down.
Oh, almost got him with the tongue. It's a really strict move. Like you really need to be on point with it. So he's trying to commit to more melees.
Oh,
He
great
that was
rock
perfect.
wall to separate
Oh, with the
GhostRobo on the Lazarus there from the rest of the team. Continuing to use the lava bomb to also create some separation, but a swing and a miss, unfortunately, on the Lazarus while he was midair.
That was a perfect opportunity to take
Oh, we
down
are
the
on a
last.
Kyra. Thank you.
Oh, in danger zone right now, and it's just 3 of them.
Yeah, we are on a Kyra, not on the Lazarus this round, so change up on the hunters there. Still,
it's
though,
Kyra,
a
yeah.
nice job separating the medic from the rest of the group. Just needs to finish that. Once you can commit and finish, just like he does here with a massive melee strike on the Trapper, the rest of the team now being punished. 29 seconds on the dropship. This is the time to seal the deal, especially with the amount of health that he has. With Kyra, though, this is the tough part where you try and focus the hunter team down, and she just does so much healing with those napalm, the healing grenades. Not napalm, that would probably hurt your teammates if there weren't friendly.
About to see some Indiana Jones right here.
The roll attack on the medic, catching up so quickly, rolling right into the cliffside there, climbs right up and rolls right over. So nicely done there by the monster. I did see some of you asking, if you roll off of a cliff, does it interrupt your roll? As you can see there, it does not. You can roll right off the cliff, keep moving, and continue to build momentum.
Oh, he's almost close.
2 more meats in the belly, just 1 meat short of staging up. Can you try and tongue grab a stray mine if you see one again? I want to know if that...
If that blows it up? No way.
I want to run a little test. It might sting your tongue a little bit, but I think it's probably going to take it out. I do want to see if he does have that utility. That's very interesting. There's going to be the meats that's going to give him the energy to evolve.
Looks like he's going to try to find a safe spot.
Yeah, that's the key to it, right? Is just finding a nice, safe spot.
Yeah, like no one's around. But he's at a tracking dart, so they kind of know where he is. So he's going to be patient. Missed that. Apparently, Bunny saw a buff he wanted to grab with the tongue. Miss the opportunity, so he's going to try to back out.
Yeah, still hitting him with tracking darts. Got the Abe in here.
That tracking dart is still on him. Oh, did they peg you again? I think.
So we got the tier 3.
Did they peg me again? Okay.
Trapper, medic, and support with Markov on the damage.
What kind of tracks does the Behemoth leave the hunters? So when he rolls, he leaves like a flame trap.
Yeah, it's like so when the Behemoth rolls across the ground, he leaves like these like bits of flame behind. It's like molten lava.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
That he leaves behind.
And then just like normal footprints when he's walking normally.
Yeah, and you can see those.
Oh, perfect. Oh, but he still has good shield. Not necessary, but he can continue to have it set up here. And now they dome him, so now he needs to commit to some good hits.
Vern going in with Markov on the lightning gun. Behemoth doing great damage, doing great separation.
Oh, he's separated.
With the rock wall. And Buddy can take Vern out here. This is some housemate on housemate violence going on right here in the game of Evolve.
He's so good. He has shield. He can just melee all day and just... He's about to drop.
JuniorRobo support already on a strike. Oh, and a nice...
That was perfect.
Nice
the
rock
setup
wall
was good.
For the in cap.
And keep in mind that, you know, Bunny, you do play on... He's on the key and
yeah,
keyboard
so
and
Bunny
mouse.
normally plays mouse and keyboard. He's playing on a controller right now. Doing a damn good job of it.
Yeah, so you guys better give him props on that because it's like the switch over on that. It's ridiculous. I'm console on the other hand, but he's setting up perfectly right now and you just take him down.
Focused. Be one more hit
oh,
and Assault goes down as well.
2 people are down.
Tongue grab just misses GhostRobo. Medic.
It's a trap everywhere, all mines. Oh, this one's got 2 strikes.
Goes for Fairlight. Fairlight the Trapper on 2 strikes already. He's going to take that rock roll to the face.
Okay,
nice job with the jetpack, though, to dodge. Here comes the lava bomb. That was great anticipation, even though it didn't hit. I liked what he was doing there to try and figure out where he was going to try and dodge to. And that is the roll that takes the Trapper down.
Yeah, so when you're like dodging your melee, but they're still as close, I noticed that if you just roll and then into a melee, like he has like an extra, the animation is like a lot faster and longer, like a better reach.
Yeah, Cabot can actually shoot through the rock wall, so definitely a good choice against the Behemoth.
Oh, nice grab.
We've seen a nice tongue grab, and we have a stage 3 Behemoth. So nicely done. Lots of good eats around here for the Behemoth to armor up. We see the power relay available. For those of you new to Evolve, the power relay is an objective that becomes available once the monster hits stage 3. If the monster destroys the power relay, the monster will win. Same kill or be killed rules apply, though, between the hunters and the monsters. The monster needs to wipe the hunters need to kill the monster for the win.
That was good again, so.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, is your stage 3 Behemoth. Look how massive he is. The idea here of those rock plates is that they are shifting around similar to the plates that are underneath the ground below us that move and cause earthquakes. Oh, here's another race with the spotter, and the spotter loses.
GG.
Yeah, GG for the spotter. So lots of health this time around. full armor.
I think he's looking for more perks. Health perk.
Yeah, if he could find the elite Tyrant buff right now, it's a health
There's
regeneration buff. That would not hurt his chances.
If it's not in
here
this
at all.
section, which is usually the Tyrant there, it's all the way in the back. The complete opposite. Okay, so, oh, wow. No buffs for health regen. I have a question, though.
Yeah.
Does he have slightly more health than Goliath?
More health and more armor, yeah.
More, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he has the biggest armor pool, the biggest health pool of all of the monsters so far.
Yeah, when he goes into the ball, like it's like very little damage you can do towards him, so I've noticed that. So yeah, I suggest as soon as you start playing Behemoth, you want to roll and be on board with that.
Yeah, so something unique to Behemoth compared to the other monsters is the other monsters do have headshots that you can do on the monsters. We'd love to see a good Val or Lazarus weak spot on a monster's head so you can do even extra damage. Behemoth, though, however, his weak spot, his headshot is not in his head, it's in his belly. The belly normally being covered by the fact that he's around on all fours, but if he rears up to do his melee attacks and the other strikes that he has, he is going to expose that belly, and that's going to make those weak weak spot available. You see the support goes down, so a nice focus there already. 2 minutes until the support is back in. Rockwall comes up, trying to tongue grab somebody off. He does get Vern Notice with the tongue grab, gets him down on the ground floor, but Vern right back up with some nice jetpack management. Does get Fairlight on the Trapper, focused down on the bottom floor, and he's going to get him with the tongue grab, and that's
One
gonna
hit
be
done
it for the Trapper.
Is it down to the last two, I'm guessing? Those the last two guys?
Yeah, last two guys. We got GhostRobo on the medic.
Kyra has
and
no
Vern
strikes.
Notice on assault.
He's about to
These
go.
guys have a
Ooh.
lot of work cut
Yo,
out.
You just told Ghost no.
GhostRobo gets down below.
Got
Tongue
him.
grab's going to bring him back to the monster. And those massive melee strikes
done.
into the sneak pounce.
No one's going to save him.
And the medic is down. We're down to assault.
Spit on him.
Not a bad
Yeah.
hunter to have left here at the end. He does have that personal shield.
Oh my
which
God.
can pop.
2 hits done.
And he does have the mines to create a nice safe spot for himself.
And just go aggressive at this point, but he's putting bombs all over the place. But you have enough health. Just go right through that. Good.
Give it to DB. How you guys doing in the stream, though? How's everyone in the chat? You beautiful people. Thank you guys for showing up and watching and supporting. What do you guys think so far of the Behemoth and what you've seen? The first game wasn't was awful. I got wrecked. What was your
You had a
guys',
different build, though, right?
Yeah, no, I went the same build.
Build? Okay.
Yeah.
So you like...
We got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so the reason you got wrecked, though, I don't think it was anything that you did besides getting caught at stage 1, right? That's never ideal with any monster. So the fact that you didn't in the second game, I think goes to show that, like, if you can get away, you can get up to stage 2, you get that armor up, you can then push onto the hunters and make it an even fight.
Yeah, it's really nothing. Like, honestly, sneaking. The only one time I snuck is when I snuck right below them and got like some more distance. It's all about just getting distance away from them, because when they catch you, it can be really, really hard to actually shake them off the hunters because of your size. And if they have, you know, if they have a trapper that's worth their salt, it'll be really easy to track you down and stuff. So
Absolutely.
it's
So
all
we're
about distance.
gonna switch up monster players here. We're gonna have Bunny on the mic, Prodigy X on the sticks.
He's way better than me, so this is actually gonna be really good. So
Excited to see this here.
I just hyped you up a lot, so if you lose now, you lose all credibility.
Same hunters, same roles for the
I
hunters.
like the tongue grab.
Vern Notice on
I
assault.
really do like the tongue grab start. That's like the first time I've ever.
JuniorRobo on support. GhostRobo on the medic. And your trapper extraordinaire, Fairlight Excalibur. Are you hyped, bro? Is that what took you out the last game, Blitz Leopards? Double Blitz Leopard in the last game. GG Blitz Leopard.
That's why you died?
It was 2 Blitz Leopards and I was slow. Like the first one I got loose. The second one
Oh, that's too unfortunate.
Sheer problems.
That's just unfortunate. Yeah,
So we're going to be at the, sorry to interrupt you there.
That's fine, go
My
ahead.
apologies. We're going to be at the Fusion Plant. Super throwback map. Very excited to see here. Behemoth versus the Hunters. Take it away.
Lazarus seems to be the biggest counter towards Behemoth. I always pick Lazarus against like Wraith and Kraken and things like that that really just prioritize multiple people at once. But for the Goliath, it seems like he has a lot of trouble with Lazarus just because he's so slow moving and a lot of his moves has a lot of wind up, and I don't know if they talked about it, but his headshot isn't actually on his head, it's on his stomach. He has all these little guts and goopy stuff hanging out of his stomach, so every time he rears up to do like his Fisher or his tongue grab, you can see his stomach and get a bunch of headshots and bonus damage, and it takes a few seconds. So with Lazarus, it's really hard to kind of punish a dead body and try to eat it and stuff like that, because you'll take a lot of punishment for it. So it's kind of like a high risk, high reward type thing when it comes to Lazarus. So we're just still trying to figure out ways to get around the whole Lazzy thing and his annoyance. Yeah, Behemoth is definitely the fastest monster right now to get across the map. That's why momentum and just speed and putting space between you and the monster. Also, I saw a few people talking about the wall breaking when I was playing. If the wall is, use your wall like right in front of yourself, it'll break out, and the length that you are, that's when the wall will be broken. Same thing with Hunters. But it doesn't actually break the wall, it just pops them up. So you gotta be careful to not use the rock wall too close to yourself, or you'll just leave a big gaping hole, which I did multiple times in it, and they were able to punish me and stuff like that. Yeah, there will be skins for Behemoth.
Behemoth will have skins. I'm excited to see those.
I had a little sneak peek one earlier, and it looked really cool. It's awesome. It really is about putting between you and the Hunters, and it's also going to be very map-based. If you get a smaller map, playing the Behemoth is not even the best idea. It's really just going to be situational and that type of thing. Probably just going to try to put some distance between him and the Hunters right now, but he has a tracking dart on him, so it's going to make it hard. Like I said, any trapper with their salt and actually using their abilities is going to make it a real hard time for the Behemoth.
Yeah, doing a great job moving along, getting sniped by Lazarus from long distance, but still, that's across that pit of death, as I like to call it. So definitely gaining some good ground there between them. They need to try and use their jetpacks and manage those jetpacks across those rock pillars back there, or try and work their way up from all the way from in the bottom. So this is a good move to go back and forth over that pit there as the monster. As the Hunters, I recommend that no one ever fights in that pit of death. We do have an elite Tyrant here that's going to be a health regeneration buff. It's a tough fight though with the abilities that he has at the moment.
Yeah, he took a ton of shield damage
massive
now.
Melee attacks from the Behemoth. Just not enough right now.
Let everyone know they are working on my mic. I realize I'm saying that in a mic that you guys can't really hear, but you can hear me. They're working on the mic sounds and bumping up the audio, so sorry about that.
That's a good rock wall, good separation there. You've seen the stasis grenades coming in.
like we said before, getting caught out with the Behemoth is not ideal. You really want to have at least stage 2 before you really start fighting, honestly, unless you get some really good early buffs. Also, climbing up your own rock wall is something we figured out today, actually, I think. And it actually turns out it's actually pretty good. It works really well to just drop on unsuspecting hunters that don't expect you to jump or just fall from the sky, but it doesn't really work when you're attacked by Abe.
Yeah, so doing a great job so far, just, you know, trying to survive, trying to stay alive in this dome with no armor, little health, just using that rock wall as much as possible to create separation. But yeah, this is a very long dome. The dome
unfortunate
finally
first
down,
game. That went as good as my last
but not
one.
before the death of the monster.
Or as good as my first one. So let's hope the second game is exactly the same as mine, and he can pull out a win. Like we said, we're all brand new to the character, so we're all still learning and things like that, what not to do and things, and how to properly use abilities and things like that.
Showing a great job of it so far, and that's what I was getting at earlier, is that you guys bring a very high-level understanding of the game in general to checking out these new players. So, well, you're not going to have the easiest time mastering it immediately. At the same time, you know how to adapt after having a tough game like that. Yeah,
it's a completely different monster. Like, the first 3 lineup of monsters, you can kind of play the same, play sneaky, play safe, and stay back and stuff like that. But with the Behemoth, you really just have to be on the ball all the time and momentum and everything. And it's especially with the abilities, that everything's very direct and skill shot based, and they really aren't forgiving with that kind of stuff. So it's very different. Show Vern. Hey Vern, come say Vern. Wave to the face cam. Someone asked for you. So I don't know. I don't see his name. Go say hi. Say here. Hey
everyone.
There's Vern.
They got me pushed in a corner.
Because we don't like him. He smells bad. Hey Brandon, that was for you. I didn't even know you were in here, but that was for you, Brandon. I love you.
Kicking it with the crew today.
Get it on the ball. God damn it.
For those of you just joining us, we are coming at you live from the 2K live room, bringing Evolve, Behemoth, Vern Notice, GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, Fairlight, Bunny, and Prodigy X. You guys having fun so far? It's been a good trip?
Fantastic time.
Awesome.
It has been awesome.
Really good to have you guys.
Really good experience, since I love this game so much. To actually, be one of its own bases, anyway.
Sure.
Not actually TRS, but it's been a really humbling experience.
That's the next trip, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, put me down. But you guys have been awesome to us. You guys are just amazing people, and it's always cool to see the people behind that actually make the awesome games that we play on stream and promote and stuff like that.
Let's see what we got here. So already seeing some cool new tip screens, some new loading screens. We got behemoths, all kinds of good stuff.
No, same. Okay. So you're still starting with 2 wall, 1 tongue, right? Okay.
2 wall, 1 tongue.
Only 1 tongue.
Yeah, shout out to Pitfall and Darren in the chat. Thanks for helping us answer questions in there. And a big shout out to James and Tom.
I saw Brandon
for doing
in there
what
as well.
they do, as well as Nick. Nick is the MVP of off-camera.
I don't know about Nick yet. I'm still on the wire about him.
Bunny on the fence with Nick. As many of you remember from the PAX East Pro-Am, there was a fiasco where we had to restart a game because of some wonky controller additions, which I don't blame Nick for, but...
No, but they're all really good dudes here. And dudettes, I guess.
Yeah, we have those too.
I can't exclude those.
We have all the...
I actually finally got to really chat with Chloe yesterday,
Yeah.
which I've only really met in passing. She's awesome. Very passionate.
So back on Fusion Plant here, but a different story so far. We do have full armor, full health, and the potential to get up to stage 2, which is ideal in this situation.
Who's their trapper?
I heard somebody say something about Daisy, so I believe we have
is it
Maggie and Daisy.
Okay. Yeah. Maggie's just a
What a nice hit
heinous
right there.
crime to
That's that
any
melee damage that you have with
monster
Behemoth. You're able to take
that
out so many
goddamn
minions.
superhero known as Daisy.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close to evolve, so that's why they punished, and I had to still try to feed on other creatures. Now I
Right,
have the
it's
ability
not just getting caught at stage 1, it's where you are with that evolve meter, where you are with your armor and with your health. And if you get caught really early, it's really tough to come back from. Which is why we play our best of 3s and best of 5s in tournaments.
Like I said before, with Behemoth, sneaking isn't really all that useful, especially when there's a goddamn Maggie and her little pet Daisy. Even though that sneaking... someone asked if Behemoth can't sneak. He can, even though visually it's kind of hard to tell. Like when I first started playing the Behemoth, I could not tell if I was sneaking or not because he's so big. He doesn't really make a stance change. But yes, he can sneak. And when you see him do that little like spin punch move, like what he just did just now, that's actually his pounce. Coolest thing in the world. Because you can also use it as a utility and just close the gap because it's so fast. And the recovery time is really fast. You can just kind of close the gap between you and a hunter that you're chasing as well. Because his move, if you don't have your little... If you don't have your Sonic roll, because his walk speed is slower than all the other monsters.
We did have a switch up on support and assault. Vern is now on support. And it looks like JuniorRobo is on assault. So those guys switched it up. Wolverina should be going down momentarily.
If you guys have any questions while
Behemoth waiting for that exit.
the gameplay of the monsters going on, feel free to ask and we'll try our best to answer.
And there it goes.
Okay, Dome's down, so he's going to try to get out of here. He has no stamina, unfortunately, but they are lighting him up, so he's going to get that pretty quickly.
Rockwall comes in, separates most of the team. Assault still pushed through. So able to get a bit away from them. And more stamina means more rolling. As we mentioned before, you do pick up speed. And that's that buff I was talking about before. That's that melee Poison's Hunters. Going for the evolution.
Okay, the chat is going really
Behemoth.
fast. So picking out a question was a bad idea.
Behemoth down the hole.
Why would you take the tongue first? We find it better just because the Behemoth has the strongest melee in the game so far. So if you have to get like a level 1 fight, or if you can like catch someone out with the tongue rock combo, then you can just beat on them for a little bit. And like I said before, if you can get away from them like as fast as possible and put distance between you, you really shouldn't have to use any of your abilities. And also getting tongue first also helps with feeding, because you can grab creatures from a distance and bring them towards you and make it just easier for you, since you are so slow moving. And you don't want to use all your stamina up just for rolling away and rolling towards, you know, creatures and stuff like that. So you actually can get away from hunters when they find you.
So that's that traversal that Prodigy has, just as his knowledge of this map, as playing the game, knows that he can go and climb all the way up that factory area, get into the top, and it's very hard for the hunters to follow. Then he realized that he doesn't have a jump with Behemoth, so he rolls as quickly as possible across that gap and then goes right into the climb to get to the other side. Stage 2.
Which trapper versus
Plenty of armor.
Behemoth? Right now, what we've seen while we've been playing and testing and stuff, Griffin has been the best, because when he is in a rock ball and he's rolling around, if Griffin grapples him, the Behemoth can't do anything until he unballs and smacks it. So Griffin has been the best so far for taking down the Behemoth and just stopping his movement altogether.
Melting that armor with the damage amplifier from Cabot. And you see the health starting to get hit now as well. Assault, though.
Got a good grab on the Assault.
Close to being out. Gets some nice heals. Kyra doing work from up above.
Kyra doing what she does and being one of the greatest medics ever. For now.
Big roll coming in. Nice dodge but that's going to do
Got
it.
it down,
Assault's
but
down.
unfortunately is
They
no
should
help.
be able to do enough damage, though, for the
Good
win.
try, good
Hunter
try.
win. So back when we first started showing the game and we had our in-house team playing, we called them our A team. They were like the jam with this game playing. Now that the game's out in the wild,
I'm the only one with a win, and
these
that
are
can't
some
stand.
of the best players out there, and it's just a treat to have them here in the room playing. Stand by with us for a second, guys. We're going to go ahead and get the next game set up. We're going to get some names switched around so you know who's playing. So we're going to back out for a second, and then we'll be right back with you with more Behemoth.
I can't see the chat. I like to see the chat.
We do have a camera on those guys. That would probably be pretty cool to show.
Hello, how's it going? We are doing work here as the Hunters and making Behemoth pay, but I'm a little nervous about... Oh, there we are. Hey! How's it going? Who's on Behemoth now? Jesse. All right. I haven't played against Jesse, so maybe he'll pull a different strategy and we'll be in trouble. Yeah. Sounds good.
So I don't really appreciate someone called me a coward in the chat because I'm the only one with a win so far on stream. So
true.
see me on the streets and I'll buy you a taco or something because I'm not a violent person. I'm a lover. I love through tacos.
Vern?
Also,
Yes,
Jesse,
sir.
tell
Yes,
us
sir.
your strat
How's it going?
for-
It's going good.
My strat.
I mean, we had that one slip up against Geo. We kind of let him win
pretend I'm the
because we were
Wraith
feeling bad
and
for him.
just run
But,
away.
you know.
Over us? Are they talking over us?
Yeah, we cut your mic super hard because you're just really bad at this game.
Wow. A lot of aggression coming from that corner. I think it's because he was forced into the corner. That there's it's just negative feelings coming from him.
I can't really say anything to Vern because he'll just raise my rent, and I can't really I can't fight him back because he's the house owner. So I really can't do anything.
You do know where he sleeps, though.
I do, and I do have
So-
Jesse, who is pretty much a licensed weapon, so I can stick him on them. But then I have to
I
take care of
guess
the
I was
house and
supposed
stuff.
to press start game at
Yes.
some point,
So,
which I neglected to do.
Behemoth strategy. Run us through what you're gonna do.
I'm getting my mic confiscated.
There you go.
We're gonna start, and then I'm going to run for my life because my first time playing the Behemoth, I kind of figured, he's a giant tanky dude. Let's sit here and fight, like we mean it. But you kind of have to accept the fact that even though he has more health and more armor than some of the other monsters, you still have to be very, very careful at stage 1 because they will kill you. So you have to run away. Also, I'm curious how this is going to work with a controller. Cause
Yeah. So, have you ever played a controller?
I've actually never played Evolve with a controller.
Okay, so real quick, right thumbstick is smell. Click that in. Your buttons are going to be left.
You can click it in.
Yeah, you can click it in. So left bumper, right bumper, Y and X, I believe, are your abilities. Yeah, I'm even having trouble. B is going to be your sneak. Right trigger is going to be your melee. Or is it left trigger that's an ability? I honestly don't remember. Right trigger? Right trigger's melee. Left trigger, okay, left trigger is eat and climb. Left bumper, which are these up here. These bumpers, and then it's Y and X? Y and X are your abilities. Then yeah, A is your roll. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. You're going in not knowing what you're doing on a controller, so you're gonna be fine. Yeah, Jesse and I and Vern actually are mainly keyboard and mouse players, so switching to controller has been awful experience-wise, but it's what we got to do for right now. As Monster, anyway. Back there, we have a mouse and keyboard.
Jesse on the sticks, Behemoth versus Vern Notice, JuniorRobo, GhostRobo, and Prodigy X. Prodigy X, you're going medic, so you play a lot of medics, so that's good to see. You guys, some pretty solid medics, man. So how do you determine who's going to play medic on your team when you're on the same team together? I'll start with
Well, he had me switch meta because he's been playing meta for a while. But it goes back and forth because I do play support. That's like my secondary.
All right, Robo.
We go for who's feeling nicer. Like the medic's a really generous role, so we like make sure we got good compliments going on and see who's in the right mood for medic.
I love it, and support as well. You got to be supportive as a support. Oh man, just a healing personality. I like it. Nicely done, guys. Looks like we're sticking with Vern on assault. Oh, support. Oh, Robo's going assault. Got it. Man, you guys are switching it up very nicely. We got a Trapper and JuniorRobo.
So far, he's done a really good job at keeping a distance between him and the hunter drop, getting some really good food, keeping him running around.
Taking advantage of the fact that the fire tracks, you can't tell which way they're pointing. So if I retrace my steps the exact same way, they can't tell that I've doubled back, unlike the other monsters whose footprints are very specific.
Quality strats from Jesse, as always. If you ever watch his stream, you know he's very analytical about how he plays monster, and I love it. I'm always just like, I'm going to go over here and smack stuff. Yay.
Full
usually
armor,
works
full
out.
health, though. Sitting pretty so far.
Yeah,
Hunter's
he's done
nowhere to be seen.
He's done a fantastic job keeping a distance right now.
And I think that's the key to getting that successful stage 2 with no armor, or with full armor, full health as the Behemoth.
And he also just picked up the movement speed buff, which is insanity on the Behemoth. Because when he rolls, he's already fast. And now he is like a rocket ship.
That with the movement speed at the beginning, if that's your character perk selection as well, is just, this guy's going to be dancing all over the place.
Movement is just severely key. I can't stress that enough for when you just jump in first time with Behemoth. It's all about movement. Don't worry about being sneaky. Just get far away.
Fairlight Excalibur on the sticks, playing Behemoth. Bunny on the mic. DB here, as well as Vern Notice, GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, and Prodigy X now on the Hunter sticks.
We got
throwing down in the Fusion Plant.
Level 2 evolve. It sounds like the Hunters are closing in. Let's see if he can get away right now. That movement buff is going to do so much for him.
Goliath, so this will be fun. Or I'm sorry, Behemoth. I've never actually got into a fight at stage 2 with Behemoth yet, so I'm not quite yet sure what my strategy is going to have to be. I'm actually looking at the top of the screen right now to figure out what commands do what, but I'll have it figured out by the time we get there.
Yesterday we played for a good amount of hours yesterday with the Behemoth, and I think we only had a total of like 4 wins with the Behemoth all day together, because we were really just trying to figure things out, and it was just completely different. And
already seeing the difference here today, though, in how you guys are approaching this, how you guys are approaching the fights, using the abilities, creating that distance when you need to. I think that's really the key with Behemoth, at least it's what I'm seeing so far, is that you need to know when to create distance and know when to actually go in and fight and punish.
It's really easy to tunnel vision and just want to go hit everything. Also, someone asked why we max Rockwall. The more you level up Rockwall, the bigger the width is. It covers and blocks off. So we figured if we have the max Rockwall at level 2, you can pretty much cut off the entire team, especially if you do the tongue Rockwall combo and are able to grab one hunter and then Rockwall yourself completely off from everyone else. You can just pounce on the hunter and just do tons of damage and hopefully get a strike.
Don't forget to follow us. Hit that follow button below. You'll be notified when we go live with Evolve Game Stream. We're also on Twitter as Evolve Game and Facebook as Evolve Game as well. Once again, big shout out to Alienware, NVIDIA, and Turtle Beach for providing such amazing gear and amazing support throughout the development of Evolve and beyond. And last but not least, the biggest and brightest and most badass Behemoth-sized shout out to Brian Roundy.
personally do love Brian. He's the man.
If you're just joining us, we are playing Behemoth. This is the Behemoth Showcase featuring GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, Prodigy X, Bunny, Vern, and Fairlight. Of course, I'm DB. I'm here today with Nick, James, Tom, Scott, and Darren in the chat, and B Roundy holding down all of us, the glue to our gears.
Also, DB.
Yo.
Is this before, like balance patches?
This is a development build, so unfortunately, I honestly do not even know at what point this build is.
Okay, someone was just asking, and also we know
no idea. So that's the thing.
This
is not the build that you guys will get when you get that DLC, you get that Behemoth DLC. This is not what you're going to get. This is prior to that. Massive. That's the Trapper as well. Trapper's going to go down. Down goes the Arena. He's going to be able to get out of there.
Oh, my mic was off. That's awkward.
He said a lot of really cool stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Answered all of your questions and even gave the winning lotto numbers
sorry about
with his mic muted.
Anyways, Jesse just had a fantastic wall go up between the hunters and him. He just cut off one single hunter, which was the best one, the Trapper, so he can just maximize damage when he was solo, caught him in a corner, dropped the dome, and was able to get out of there nice and quick. That's why we put a lot of points in Rockwall, just because we can have that maximum width to be able to break off the team and maximize damage.
What's up, Bonnie? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Shout out to Bonnie.
How do I get my hands on that emote?
They are using Cabot, so they do have the damage amplifier. They're using that to drastically reduce the armor of the monster. What's up, Rabies? Shout out to Rabies. Thanks for hanging out. Mad Cow, thanks for hanging out in the chat. It's too many people that we love in the chat right now to give all the shout outs that we ever could. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching Evolve Game.
Vern, excuse me, Jesse was able to catch support out, but he's not going to be at all. Oh, it looks like he's stuck. Okay, you got unstuck,
rough little
thankfully.
spot there for the Behemoth. For all those of you out there that do your own streams, if you stream Evolve Game, let us know. Let us know that you stream Evolve Game, and Tom and I will do our damnedest to get you hosted.
Also, someone asked how long the rock wall lasts. It lasts a total of 6 seconds, and that does not change when you level it up.
Prodigy gets the tongue to the face, gets yanked in towards the Behemoth. Does a nice move to get out of the way there. We do have a strike on the Trapper, but that's all we're working with. Great Fisher to take the Trapper down again. 2 strikes, and the dome goes down. This is his chance to get out of dodge.
The stamina bar is different. It's not broken up in 3 tiers. It's just one single stamina bar. So as he rolls, it'll slowly decrease. And once it recharges, I think it has to be like 15% recharge before you can actually roll again or something like that.
My odds of winning here are kind of low just because of how little health I have, but if I can bait them into a favorable confrontation here, like next to the Sloth, for example, that might work in my favor.
hit with the tracking dart.
So-
This is a stage 3 Behemoth. So we do see the power relay available, but right now it's all about trying to get that armor pull up. Waiting for that stamina to come back up so he can get his roll on.
Gambit has always been a very annoying hunter just because of the damage you can output with that railgun from a distance and kind of keep the pressure on you, stop eating and stuff like that. But Dusty's been trying to do a really good job right now. He's put some distance, he's able to eat, get some armor. He is stage 3, so his health is not going to get any bigger unless he finds a health buff.
Especially when either being tracked or being dust tagged by Cabot
Yeah.
as well.
Yes.
Then he's just taking his shots all day.
Looks like he has a damage buff right here.
That's that
up.
Fisher, very powerful, nice attack. He's going to get 4 bits of armor as well as the increased damage output, as Bunny mentioned. Down Crowbill Canyon here. One of my favorite places on the Planet Shear. If I were to build myself a little cabin, it would definitely be on Crowbill Canyon. Man, that lunch today we had, guys. How about that lunch?
He's caught the support out right now, so see if he can make something happen. With that Fisher damage, almost a half a bar, or if a little bit over. Support is invis, but he sees his jetpack. Maybe not. He almost had support down, but he invised and got out of there.
Oh, all right, and we're back. Exiting outside of Crowbill Canyon. Talking about my ideal place for a cabin, and then that happens.
That was a pretty stellar burp by DB.
That was out of nowhere.
It's like snuck up on you. It was pretty impressive.
That was definitely a 3-point burp right
Yeah,
there.
that was good.
My apologies,
Putting
ladies
some
and gentlemen,
points
for
in
that.
his gross unprofessionalism. Good wall to put him
Trapper on
off.
2 strikes. Very important to note here, as that's going to come into play as a
Oh,
potential
he
focus.
smacked Trapper with that Fisher over his own wall, and he killed him with the lava
Exactly.
toss. I don't think we talked about this, but the Fisher does actually climb and go over things quite rapidly. So putting up a rock wall and then tossing a Fisher over it actually does work quite well. As you can see, he just killed Trapper with it, and I think that's going to turn the tide and make it so he can clutch and win this.
GhostRobo does pop his personal shield, though. It is going to run out very soon. You see Kyra coming in to try and save the day with the health grenades. Doing a great job of healing.
Good
But
catch
GhostRobo
by
does
the
get pounced. You're going to
sneak
have to try and either heal him up or shoot to try and get him off of that sneak pounce. That's a tough decision to make. Rockwall goes up, does some nice damage. He does get the support up. Vern Notice is up. But this is going to be a very close finish.
And he took
Nice
this out.
Fisher.
Medic, and this is going to be it right here. Second Behemoth win.
And
Very
that's
good
it.
job,
Jesse with the win.
Very good
Fairlight
job.
Excalibur with the win as Behemoth. Nice comeback. I would definitely call that a comeback. And that's a dirty word to some people, I feel like. But in the case of Evolve, the game is never over till it's over. And I love to see people in the face of adversity come back and win the game like that right there. Lots of very low on health at the end. Gets that armor up. Takes the fight to them. Focuses the Trapper on 2 strikes. Trapper goes down and the team crumbles.
That Fisher over the wall was insanity. Also, I would like to say that you were the second person to win, and that was your first time on controller.
I definitely wasn't looking forward to adjusting to the controls, but I felt after about 6 or 7 minutes, I actually could control my character. What made the difference there, though, was the rock wall completely blocks the line of sight of the hunters. So if you aim a fissure at them, they cannot see it coming. If they're standing out in the open in front of you, the fissure draws a very obvious line across the ground, and they can see the line coming and jetpack out of the way. With the rock wall in the way, they see nothing, so the fissure generally will catch them completely off guard. Also, with that snipe, and also I saw the Tyrant, I figured it was time to stop running.
It's unmuted. That's how you
Are we gonna have some Vern monster time?
How you doing? No. I'm gonna let you continue monstering.
All right, I'll try it again. Back
Yeah,
out of
no,
the
that
game.
was a wonderful game. I'm very proud of you.
Let's try
You
this
did well. It was a very beautiful comeback. I mean, you kind of got lucky that our assault wasn't in the second dome, but
Is that luck on my part, or is that?
no, yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit miscoordination, but. How are you doing, stream? You all are beautiful, wonderful people.
Kraken,
I see you.
Kraken looks bigger than Behemoth. We need to get like a size comparison chart showing the actual character models, because I said the same thing. I thought Goliath kind of looked bigger than Behemoth, and I guess height-wise they're about the same, but the Behemoth is just so much more
wider.
massive
Yeah.
than any of the other monsters. If you find, I wonder if there's any spots on the map where the other monsters can fit through and Behemoth would just stop and can't fit through the cracks.
Well, what's the new map that the Behemoth actually? Well, I guess all the monsters would have to break through it, but he's wide. He is extremely wide. He's a wide individual.
You're a big old boy. I've also noticed that any of the outdoors maps, Behemoth seems to have quite the advantage, because the newer maps, for the most part, granted they have multiple levels, but for the most part those levels are flat, and Behemoth seems to work up speed a lot quicker when he's going downhill. So some of the older maps seem to favor him. Was I supposed to change the map, or are we playing on the same one again? Okay. Yeah, you want to take this? Yeah.
All right. We're going to see another round at Fusion Plant, another round of Jesse Fairlight Excalibur on the monster. This time your boy, Vern
What's going on?
is going to be on the mic. Vern and the Funky Bunch doing very well at the PAX East Pro-Am.
A lot better than we expected.
It was awesome to see. I was excited to have you guys there just for your personalities and your experience with Evolve, but the fact that you went in there and brought home the old Bronze-a-Rooney, right?
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Daisies won, right?
They did.
Okay, so we got knocked out by the first place team, so technically we're like in the running for second.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I mean, in my mind, anyways.
I agree with that. I think like when you see who you get knocked out by, and you do get knocked out by the eventual winners of the tournament, it's not a bad feeling.
Oh no, not at all.
And I mean, it was just a great PAX East in general. I felt like I had a really good time.
It was wonderful. The tournament was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was excited to be a part of it.
We were very happy to have you guys there. Such quality gameplay. And the further we got into that tournament, just the crazy high skill level of the players involved. It was fun to watch.
For sure.
Behemoth on the move again. He does have some weather at his disposal here. It's going to help him get across the map without being spotted.
I feel like the stage one is his absolute weakness. So if the Behemoth can get to stage 2 fairly quickly, I feel like that's a huge power spike for him.
He did get my favorite Behemoth buff, which is the melee attacks poison monsters. You pick that up off of the Venom Hounds as a monster. The Behemoth already has such a massive melee strike that this is such a cool addition to that, and potentially so punishing to the hunters.
I feel like the actual, until you're like playing Behemoth or you're getting beaten down by Behemoth, you really don't understand how far that melee strike hits, because there's a little radius there that doesn't necessarily come through when he's just swinging.
Monster on the move. I feel like the hunters aren't anywhere close to him right now. He's going to take this opportunity to evolve. Stage 2, so important, as Vern mentioned, for Goliath here. He's moving on. And we apologize for all these pop-ups here on the stream. We're going to go ahead and take care of that before our next game.
How is I really haven't been paying attention while I was playing, but how is the monsters been utilizing the lava bomb? Because I feel like that was really underestimated when we were playing yesterday.
Yeah, so one thing that Prodigy was doing that we talked about a little bit was he's using that rock wall to rock wall off the hunters, and then use the lava bomb to make a patch, dangerous patch for them that they have to decide if they want to go through or not. And then he actually backs out the other way to get out of dodge and get away if needed. Seen it a lot of times after the tongue grab as a combo. So you pop the tongue grab, you bring him in, their initial reaction is to burst backwards with their jetpack to get out of the way. So you have that lava bomb waiting right behind them to do extra damage.
There's been a lot of really, really phenomenal plays as the Behemoth. Like the tongue grabs into immediate rock walls and then fissures. Like, there's just so much potential there. And it's really exciting to watch.
There is a Tyrant in the mix there, and that could be dangerous for the Hunters. You see Fairlight taking advantage of the Tyrant in between himself and the Hunters to get out of that area and potentially stage up.
Very well played, very well played. Good escape. Didn't take too much damage. We are stage 2 now. So I feel like Jesse is in good shape at the moment. The Hunters sound puzzled. Like they have no idea where the monster went. They're headed in the complete opposite direction. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just trying to throw them off because I know they can hear me slightly. I'm pulling for the monster now that I'm not playing as a Hunter. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not, but Jesse's doing a great job feeding. Preparing for stage 3. Sounds like the Hunters are seeing some tracks right now. They're hot on his tail, or so they think. Okay, just kidding. They're right in his face. That was a pretty good rock wall. Get some separation between him and the Hunters. Professional shot. Oh, this is not even shoutcast. Do you want me to shoutcast? I don't want to do. No.
Vern.
I don't think the stream is ready.
So lots of armor, a good amount of health, definitely ready to engage at some point.
That movement speed buff on the Behemoth is so critical right now. That's probably the Behemoth's biggest weakness. Like I said, stage 2 is just so important. Getting out of that stage 1 for the Behemoth, and his biggest weakness is obviously his mobility. Whereas a lot of the other monsters like wraiths and stuff can dart away and they're jump away. So the Behemoth really needs to be able to escape. Jesse going right in though. The ninja is never scared. The rock wall, beautiful rock wall that kind of failed. It happens sometimes, you know? You can't win them all, but you're doing great.
Target's right out there.
Ooh. The tongue. The tongue is wonderful. How many points have you been putting in the tongue? Have you been utilizing the tongue? Okay, 1 point. Sure. Extra damage. And then I think it also, you get extended distance as well when you upgrade that tongue ability. That does not sound like a good time. Yes, the Behemoth, he has trouble getting to higher ground in some areas, like the bridge that Jesse was just under. The Behemoth can't actually jump up there like most other monsters. And he is now evolving to stage 3. I think Jesse is in wonderful shape at the moment, especially if he can feed early on and get that armor back up. Yes. Okay, so that's pretty standard strategy before evolving, is to kill some monsters nearby so that you can evolve. Obviously, you lose your armor, and then you can go right back in and get some of that armor back immediately. So the Hunters were right on his butt, though. They're able to jump right on him. shortly after evolving. He was able to pick up a couple of bars of armor, but that was quickly shredded. He's jumping on, who is that? The Assault?
Yeah, on Assault, but a clutch shield from support. Too little too late, though, as he is focused here, separated by a rock wall, and should go down with the lava bomb.
Very well played. He's jumping on the medic now.
Oh, look at the clutch orbital.
Yeah,
catches him down there. Does some good damage.
Healing fields all charged up.
All right, Jesse is looking to escape at the moment. Gonna feed up. Now it's a... Ooh, excuse me. I just had intel that Jesse is looking to kill them. He is looking to turn around and slaughter them, jumping on the support. The pounce and the sneak attack just brutal damage. The fish are slightly missing. It's okay. He's got him awfully close. Throwing the lava bomb doesn't necessarily connect, but that's gonna cut off an area that they can run through. So hit him with another pounce. So it's looking good. The support is now down. He's really hammering. He put up the rock wall to hope to get the support killed, but I feel like he's being shot from the side. The support is dead. It's just now a 1v2 situation here. Minus Daisy. He's gonna beat up on Daisy for a second. That's kind of sad.
So far, good game from both sides. Poor Daisy going down here.
Sad day, sad day.
Very sad day for everybody involved.
Always a fan favorite, Daisy is.
Looking for the potential damage buff here. Doesn't look like it's an elite, though. It is going to be a good amount of armor once he gets that in his belly.
That was a wonderful pickup. Wonderful pickup. So what's the strategy, Jesse, for the rest of the game right now? What are you looking to do? Just armor up, and then wait for the...
I kind of regret withdrawing there. I should have just stayed in because I think I could have killed them. Running away to get armor might have been the bad decision there, but it's too late to go back now.
Carrion birds.
Here on out, let's just try to isolate and destroy.
We can still do this.
Isolate and destroy. The tactic of most ninjas. If you guys aren't aware, Jesse is licensed as a ninja. You can get licensed in my basement. So he has eyes on the hunters. I don't think. Oh, the other two hunters. Have they dropped in yet? Okay. So the hunters have dropped in. I think only one of them did, unless we don't have eyes. Oh no, that's the time limit left. Oh, okay. No, it's. Okay, Daisy has a separate timer, I've just been told. He's trying to tongue, be careful. You heard it here first from the ActaBunniFooFoo. That was a wonderful lava bomb. And just misses with the tongue. It's not something you'd like to hear. He's working around the outside, trying to get a flank down. He's gonna rock wall through the wall, and it did. So now we know that game mechanics. Well, actually, we don't know if it appeared on the other side, but the Fisher does go through the wall. It goes around cover. So he pulled the assault with the tongue. Good damage on the assault right now. He's being ganked from behind. It looks like he's playing the map pretty well right now. I don't know if that was intentional, but that was, we can call it a good escape. Oh, it was intentional from the monster. Okay. He said he was just trying to get one of them. If he couldn't, he was going to bail to the other side. I thought he meant the wonderful, like, roll through the entire building and then like just straight across. He was trying to get one of those, like he was just clowning on him right now. So much confidence with the monster. You'll notice if you look closely enough, if the camera comes back on Jesse during these fights, the ninja focus that comes through, it's very, very impressive. Jesse's just kind of scoping out the area. Almost gets the tongue grab on Prodigy X. Maybe if he had just put 1 or 2 more points into the tongue grab, that would have reached. But now he is trapped in the dome. Trying to keep his distance right now. I don't know if this is an ideal place to fight for the monster, but I have faith in Jesse. Tongue grab missing there. He's going to play this rock to his advantage. With a few hunters to his right. Jumps on the assault. They're trying to keep height advantage against the Behemoth. It's one of his big glaring weaknesses. If you can hop up onto some objects that he is not able to get to, you have a huge advantage as the hunter. Shield going down in the assault. He's doing a good job staying alive right now, but I think that shield, oh, the pounce on the assault getting good damage there. A couple more strikes and that assault's gonna go down. The clutch shield just loses sight. He rock walls the assault there. I'm assuming to cut off a revive. Pounded by damage right now. It was a good rock wall to escape. I'm pretty sure the hunters lost him, so he needs to do some quick feasting to gain that armor back, and hopefully he'll be able to pull something out.
You're still with us, Jim.
Things are looking pretty grim for the monster at the moment. But like I said, the ninja focus, you can never count him out.
What do you think, Vern? Jesse here on the ropes. We've seen him come back already and completely dominate this team.
Yes.
Not down, not out yet.
You can never count out the ninja. Things are looking pretty grim, but you can never count him out. The hunter sneaking up behind him. I don't think he expected that. And he is domed. This is not looking good for the monster. I think this is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse, it was a wonderful try.
And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience here. We're going to see GhostRobo on the sticks as the monster Behemoth. Fairlight Excalibur on the mic. DB here with the rest of the gang. We've got ActaBunniFooFoo, JuniorRobo, Vern Notice, and Prodigy X on the hunters. And we're about to kick things back off. Weather Control, Hunt, and Behemoth.
Fixed now? All right. I'm muted. I'm unmuted now, right? I do that on my own stream. I go live and just start talking to my own muted microphone, so it looks like I brought my habits over here with me. I'm excited to see Behemoth on the weather control map. It'll be nice to see a little change of pace. I don't think I've actually seen him played yet on this map at all. We've been able to observe him on the 2 new maps, the Aviary, the Fusion Plant, and the Dam. It seems like he struggles with maps with lots of elevation, because the hunters can sit up top and shoot down on him. Weather control, I think, might work out a little better for him simply because of all the tunnels and choke points on the map, and he can use the wall to his advantage here. Have you actually had a chance to play Behemoth on this map?
Not on this map. I'm just going to try my best to make sure I get some of that armor and not have him turn into Marshmallow.
That's our nickname for a stage 1 Behemoth that gets caught without too much armor is the Marshmallow, because he just kind of rolls around and gets killed. So it's really important to stay out of reach until you hit that stage 2, or at the very least try to max out your armor so you can kite them around inside the dome at stage 1. Some of the other monsters are a lot better at kiting, obviously Behemoth being the big, slow monstrosity that he is. Once he gets caught, he's kind of in a world of hurt unless he has a load of armor built up already. How many matches total do you think you have so far with Behemoth?
I think this is my 6th.
We'll call it 7 because it's luckier that way. All right, so Weather Control is a map that has some huge terrain elevation differences, especially from the point where you start down to the edges of the map. There are long pathways he can roll down, which works as a huge advantage for the Behemoth because he can gain speed faster that way, which he's opting not to do, actually. He's currently just going to sneak so he doesn't leave that flame trail behind him. And as you saw in the match that I played previously, the flame trail that Behemoth leaves behind him is not specific to the direction. With the other monsters, you can see which way the paw print is facing, and you can immediately tell which way he went. With the Behemoth, you can see a line of fire, but you don't know which way it was actually heading. So, hope we may be able to see that to his advantage here, especially if you roll uphill, because most people will assume if you're rolling, you're probably going downhill. Trying to roll uphill, although it's slow, can send the hunters following the tracks in the wrong direction.
This is going to be a nice buff for him. Smell range is increased from the spotter kill there. This is going to allow him to potentially land some long-range tongue grabs if he adds that ability to his arsenal. Right now, though, that's the rock wall, and that's Fisher, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So I actually really like both of his abilities. Jesse, you were talking about earlier how you don't have line of sight on the Fisher when you have the rock wall up, and you're able to push that Fisher over the rock wall and into their faces. Very cool.
Correct. It does cut the range of the fissure slightly, because as it goes up, that counts as distance traveled forward. So you do reduce the distance you can fire, but if they are right on the other side of the wall, it will hit them and they won't see it coming.
He's doing a great job of staying out of their range, but it looks like he did maybe startle birds there. Definitely startled them there. He is rolling uphill, like you mentioned, which I think once his momentum gets going, although he is going to run out of stamina, he could be booking up that hill fairly quickly as he takes out a couple blitz leopards. With this map, as you mentioned, there's a massive elevation change. Not only that, is that the hunters have to make a decision if they're going to go to the beach, which is a very popular place for the monster to go and farm, or if they're going to go down to the caves.
I feel like a lot of monsters will prefer to run down to the beach because of how much maneuverability it gives them, and also how far away it is from the starting point. But on a map like this, especially with the rock wall ability, having those caves available as a choke point to drop a wall behind you and cut off the hunters is really valuable. So I predict that Behemoth players will probably favor the caves, whereas your Goliaths and Wraiths are probably going to want to stick to the beach. Sure. Kraken can probably go wherever he wants. He works well in both.
So you see Armadon in here with him as well. Assault is in a plant until the Behemoth actually helps him out there and gets him out. Lots of trap jaws in the mix as well. This could be dangerous for the hunters. Although the medics seem like they're doing a great job of keeping the team topped off. Griffin play here on the Behemoth. You're seeing those harpoons in the back. It's a good way to slow down that rolling Behemoth. Keep him in range of the damage that the rest of the team's trying to do. Armor regeneration, that could be a massively helpful buff with the Behemoth, especially right now as GhostRobo is making his way away from the fight, ready to evolve, but still not wanting to give up any more of that health bar.
And there's one of the choke points I was mentioning with all the caverns on this map. He now has about 6 seconds to freely roll away at max speed and can almost cover the entire map in that time. And by the time the rock comes down, the hunters are going to have no clue where he's gone.
Yeah, so in a sense, that ability can be used as a utility like the Goliath has his traversal helping with the charge and with the leap smash. You could look at it like that because while it doesn't help you get anywhere, it allows you to get somewhere without the hunters right on your trail.
Griffin Harpoon doing some work there. The Behemoth trying to make a quick retreat, and unfortunately, Griffin's aim was on point. So now he's going to be stuck here with an engagement that he really doesn't want because he still has no armor coming fresh off that evolution. He's just going to be trying to get out of there.
The slow roll in the toxic grenade, tough to watch watching the Behemoth here as he's trying to get up that momentum to get away from the Hunter team.
Despite the fact they caught him in a pretty nasty situation, It looks like their primary damage dealers weren't quite able to get on target fast enough to do any lasting damage. He only took about a bar and a half of damage, even though they caught him about halfway through his evolution. So that's actually really good for the monster here.
Yeah, and a lot of things to eat from that last fight they were in. And I think they tried to drop the dome on him there and may have missed that dome. Monster continues on the move.
Now this cavern area where he's currently at is actually, for most monsters, one of the best places to pick a fight with the hunters, especially if you get them out over near the water and the tyrants that typically inhabit it. Now, considering that he still has very little armor, he may try to delay it a little bit longer, but this is a place I would actually be looking to bring the hunters back to when I'm ready to kill them. And it looks like they're closing in, so he may end up having to pick a fight with them here after all.
Separated here, though, is one of the hunters that is bucking on support. It looks like Prodigy's catching up to him, though. A nice rock wall. The Tyrant is going to have a snack potentially as well. That's a tough place for the hunters to fight.
Now that is bad. Two of the hunters clumped up. They're taking damage from both the Tyrant and the Behemoth. This is going to give our Behemoth player a huge advantage here unless they can separate and start healing up. It looks like he's capitalized on it pretty well, and he's going to possibly down Prodigy here. The jukes are real, though.
The jukes are real. So are the heals from Bunny as Kyra. Keeping Prodigy up for as long as possible. Potentially going to get a res here as well with the healing grenades, and she does. He does as she does.
And it looks like Bunny is able to put enough healing on to get Prodigy back up, but now the hunters have regrouped and they're pouring on the pressure. You can see more than half the monster's health depleted at this point, so he's in a really rough spot.
That said, he's starting to get strikes on this team, starting to separate them and pick them apart. Vern Notice low on health as well. Clutch personal shield, though, keeps him alive momentarily.
He's gonna try and he's
like
built a
that.
house
That
for
is-
himself
he
in the
did-
corner
he did
and
build
just
a house.
says, "Stay out of my castle. I'm gonna hide in here until this dome comes down." And of course, you
Drops
see
the
him
lava bomb.
throwing his other abilities at the wall just in case they somehow get around it or over it, which is very smart. He manages to down the assault too.
Yeah, throws the lava bomb down, which means they have a lot of flaming death to work through to get to him. Very low on health, though. It's going to be everything he's got to try and stay alive right now. But some clutch harpoons from the Trapper.
And the Indiana Jones. He is so unbelievably low. They're just trying to land one long-range snipe to finish him off, but the Indiana Jones roll is too strong, and he looks like he manages to get away and seal the exit with the
Nicely
rock
done.
wall. He's going to get away. Can he get enough armor to actually come back and fight them is the question.
Nicely done, GhostRobo.
Very nicely done by GhostRobo.
Hanging on by a thread here. Plenty of room to run in this direction, though. There is a stray sentry gun there, a couple of them. Just not what you want to see in this situation, because it does whittle away a little bit at his armor. But still, the rolls are real with this guy.
Had he not taken a bite of armor, those turrets may very well have killed him as he went through that tunnel. So could this Tyrant if he's not careful.
Smart move to go around.
The Mammoth Bird for the win!
Oh,
Destroys
man.
the Behemoth.
Mammoth Bird for the win.
Mammoth Bird confirmed 5th monster.
Oh, man.
Oh, the Thunder Chicken. Never underestimate the Thunder Chicken.
So much damage potential from those little electric creatures. The Mammoth Birds are real, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to play one more game. We're going to get Prodigy X on the monster. And one of these nice gentlemen on the couch will go back and play Hunter. So we'll get that ready to go here in just a moment. And that's Behemoth, ladies and gentlemen. Been a great day so far with these guys, showing off the monster, showing off the talents of these gentlemen here who play Evolve on their own streams. And We're going to go ahead and link those streams for you now. That was amazing.
Do we have any confirmation on the giant mammoth bird as the 5th monster? Is that true?
Yeah. If you look to the game to decide what the monsters are going to be, the game just told you that it's going to be a giant mammoth bird, but I'm not going to confirm that.
With all 4 of its abilities simply being a
electrical
thunder explosion
blast?
that kills monsters and hunters alike.
12-point electrical blast?
All 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stage 4 mammoth bird is what we're looking for.
All right, so jumping back to the action, we're going to see Behemoth one last time today. On the sticks, Prodigy X. On the mic, Fairlight Excalibur with DB Sinclair. On the sticks with the Hunters, ActaBunniFooFoo, GhostRobo, Vern Notice, and JuniorRobo. This is twitch.tv Evolve Game. Drop us a follow. Drop us a follow on Twitter and Facebook. The likes, the follows, the friendship, and we will bring you Evolve Game.
Would you like to share some insight with us as to why you picked Aviary? You're looking for a challenge, or do you think it'll be an advantage for you?
Well, this is my favorite map in particular for Goliath. I did play here with Behemoth, I think it was yesterday, and the tunnels, very, very Indiana Jones style. There's a lot of tunnels, there's a lot of escape abilities, things like that, so we're going to see.
It also makes for a pretty good escape if you have to drop a rock wall on one of the many, many little doorways in the map can easily be completely blocked off.
Yeah, so in the beginning I've been using, what is it called? It's the lava bomb. So obviously rock wall for defense and Fisher. I'm going to switch to that, see if that works really well for me.
Are you stealing my skill build?
Is that what you did?
That's
Is that what you did now?
That's
Yeah.
exactly the same.
It works. I noticed that. I wasn't doing enough damage, and I know Fisher is on point with damage. Simple as that. So yeah, it's we're gonna see how this is. Like I said, I don't sneak right off the bat. I just go.
All right.
There's usually like one direction I go to. So yeah, this is my favorite map. So let's see how it is with
All right.
Behemoth.
Well, let's look forward to it. I'll take that off your hands. I think you'll need both of them for that controller.
Happy Friday, everybody. And to those of you in Europe, happy Saturday. Thanks for hanging out with us today on the Evolve live stream. Such a pleasure to have GhostRobo, JuniorRobo, Prodigy X, Bunny, Vern, and Fairlight with us today, playing the game, playing the Behemoth. And thank you so much for Alienware, NVIDIA, and Turtle Beach for hooking us up with some really great gear. We've used this stuff through development of the game and into release. That's what we're running today on these PCs here. We've got Behemoth on the Aviary, and it's Prodigy X on the Monster.
And as usual, Prodigy's wasting no time. He's mentioned before that he does not like to stealth right off the bat. Same with his Goliath play. Now, there is the advantage of the water in the center of the map, which is going to prevent any kind of flame trail from being left by the Behemoth. So the hunters will likely not be able to tell immediately where he's gone.
I love watching the Behemoth roll through these tunnels. We might have to make a mini game of Behemoth rolling, tunnel rolling.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a hotkey specifically for playing the Indiana Jones theme song every time the rock goes rolling through the tunnels. Especially if you're rolling into the hunters, because then it's just too perfect to pass up. He's already got half the food necessary for an evolution, and it looks like the hunters have not yet picked up the scent. So he may be looking at a stage 2 evolution soon without even being spotted, which will be really good for the Behemoth.
You're seeing the sneak there just so he can get around the birds without notifying them. As Fairlight mentioned, he does have quite the jump on them. and looks to be getting close to stage 2 without ever encountering them. So at this point, you definitely don't want to give away birds. Although it looks like we may have had some carrion birds or some startled birds there that the hunters do see some birds enter on the trail.
Now, they're probably going to find him right as he comes out of his evolution. The question will be, can they actually do any damage to him there? There is plenty of wildlife in this section, so depending on how much pressure the hunters apply, he could get a nice coat of armor up before they reach him. And it looks like that's what he's going to try and do here. He's going immediately for the closest wildlife, but it looks like he's been spotted by the hunters, and now he's going to have to abandon the meal and look for an exit. He is Indiana Jonesing right down the middle, as we mentioned earlier. This map is perfect for that. And he is just barely caught before he can get through the door. So now he's going to have to turn around and stand his ground. With no armor, we're likely going to see a lot of stalling tactics rather than actually trying to dish out a ton of damage.
He does get visual on GhostRobo as Lazarus. That could be the key to the fight here. If he could take Lazarus down, the rest of the team could crumble. Lazarus doing a great job of getting away and getting cloaked.
It looks like their assault has taken a tremendous amount of damage. I didn't
Wow,
see,
clutch shield though.
did not see what actually caused that. He may have had a run-in with the local wildlife, but the last second shield keeps him from going down.
Right now, the key to this is potentially taking out that medic and then focusing the rest of the team down, as they will not be able to get back up as easily as they normally can with Lazarus. But that Hank shield is clutch, and Lazarus manages to get away and then pop his cloak.
Now he's trapped in the corner next to the orbital. This could be devastating. He loses almost 2 full bars of health, and now he's running away on a sliver. Did we see another Mammoth Bird finish? Is that what that was?
Good game for the hunters there. The monster having a rough spot, gets caught with no armor right before he goes through the tunnel there. Rough place to get caught. Rough fight against Lazarus and the gang. And that is the show for today. Before we go out, though, let's get everybody on the couch again, if you guys don't mind. So you guys can all say hi to your friends and fans and family and weird uncles and everybody else who might be watching.
And that creepy Joe dude who hides in the bathroom.
The creepy Joe dude who hides in the bathroom.
I saw him back there while I was taking a tour of your facilities.
All right, so we are back here on the camera. Thank you so much for watching today. That was Behemoth here. Fairlight Excalibur, Vern Notice, ActaBunniFooFoo, Prodigy X, GhostRobo, and JuniorRobo here live from 2K today, bringing you Behemoth gameplay. And with that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a great weekend. We will see you soon.
Bye.